And for his perspective on high-frequency trading, we're joined by Bernard Donefer, professor at NYU and at the Department of Statistics and Computer Information Systems at New York's Baruch College. Professor, thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's a very controversial topic. The latest development today, Attorney General Eric Holder saying that he will now investigate whether high-frequency trading is indeed a form of insider trading. What are your thoughts on that?
Insider trading generally begins with somebody having information that is non-public. The non-public information we're talking about here is just prices. What is in the market? What is the best price right now? And there is a claim, and it's true in fact, that some organizations will get that information directly from the exchanges before it is made public through another source.
Seconds before, so therefore...
Not seconds.
Milliseconds.
Fractions of a second.
Fractions of a millisecond before, so does that then count as having information that the public is not privy to? And should that then be regulated as insider trading?
That's the question. That's exactly what the question is. But this isn't really a new question. There have always been people who have information ahead. So if you go back 15 years ago when trading was going on the floor of an exchange, the people on the floor had information before the people upstairs, and again before people at home.
Okay,
this is just a continuation of that same problem.
So why is this such a big deal? At the end of the day, we're talking about fractions of a cent and fractions of a second. What's the big hoo-ha about?
I think there is just the feeling that it's unfair.
Right. Well, life isn't fair.
Life isn't fair. I agree.
So the feeling that it's unfair, as brought to the surface now by Michael Lewis's book, Flash Boys, which is a little concerning because this practice has been going on for years. So should we be worried that because of the public exposure that the book has gotten, that all of a sudden this is the topic du jour for regulators? Should they not have been looking at this years ago?
They have been. And in fact, there's a book that was done several years back called Broken Markets, which said exactly the same thing without the reaction that we're getting today. Michael Lewis has had some great PR, and it's gotten everybody behind him. And so I think that kind of publicity generated the interest that we're seeing from the regulators.
Well, how prevalent exactly is high-frequency trading? How many institutions and hedge funds and prop trading firms are making use of this?
Right now, in the equity market, the stock market, we're talking probably 60% of all the trading is done using high-frequency techniques. And we're also seeing it being adopted in Europe and Asia at the rate of 30–40%.
So 60%, that's the majority of the market. Now, for me, as a retail investor, or perhaps not even an active investor, is JP Morgan or John Hancock or whoever's managing my 401k, my pension plan, also making use of high-frequency trading?
Absolutely. There's no question about it. They are all using algorithmic trading in order to execute their trades.
Who's being hurt by this?
I don't think there are that many people being hurt. As a retail investor myself, I'm now paying $7 or $8 to trade. I'm getting it executed in less than a second, and I'm getting the best price in the market by regulation. As a retail investor, this is the best of all possible times.
So the retail investor isn't getting hurt. Who is then the victim or the other side of the trade that allows the high-frequency traders to shave off the cents and make their profit?
What you have are wholesalers, and they're in the market to continuously buy and sell. So if I want to trade and have my trade executed in a second, they are there all day long to make that trade. For doing that, they get to collect the difference between the highest bid and the lowest offer, the spread, and they make their money on the spread. And because of that, that is that 1 penny per share that we're talking about. They're being paid to provide liquidity and speed.
And to that point, high-frequency traders would argue that they inject crucial liquidity into the market, that they're making it a more efficient market system. As a professor, as a non-high-frequency trader, what is your thought on that?
The UK did their Foresight Commission study. The Brits did a study. We've done studies here in the US, and we all agree that it has added to liquidity, it has lowered volatility, and it's lowered trading costs for virtually everybody.
So very quickly, Michael Lewis contends that the entire stock market is rigged because of high-frequency trading. That's the bottom line of the book. Agree or disagree?
Absolutely disagree.
All right. Well, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much. Bernard Donefer Professor at the Department of Statistics and Computer Information Systems at New York's Baruch College and at NYU.